Guys, today we are reacting to this one poem called Desiderata by Max Ehrmann, and basically this is an edit made by Illneas. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. But the thing is that there are a few creators I really look up to and they really inspire me, and Illneas is one of them. So what he does is that he takes very classical poems which have been recited by O Bedlam. You may know of him. You may have not heard his name, but once you hear his voice, you will know the guy which I'm talking about, the guy about whom I'm talking about. And Desiderata is one of my favorite poems. Basically, I read it in 2018 for the first time. I did not know that Illneas would upload a video about it, and this was uploaded only 4 days ago. So we're going to go ahead and react to this. I have not watched this yet, but we're going to go ahead and react to this. So take care.
As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even to the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story.
This is so beautifully said. Like when I first read it, it really affected me, but the way with the whole background score and the whole imagery of the scene, the idea which is being portrayed here is that you should always listen to some people thinking that they know something which you don't. You two may not share the same area of expertise. Maybe you know a lot about philosophy, but they know a lot about, for example, let's just say gardening. You may not be interested in gardening, but that does not devalue the presence of a skill within their skill set that does not belong to you, right? So that is something that is really important, I guess, because I think a lot of people get caught up in something which we call the arrogance of the intellect, which basically means that I've read a lot of books, I have read a lot of things, and some people start mistaking information for knowledge and knowledge for wisdom, and then it gets progressively worse from there.
Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery, but let this not blind you to what virtue there is.
This whole stanza. So basically, a lot of us grow very cynical. We grow very skeptical of the goodness that there is out in the world. And I think Gary Vaynerchuk actually says this pretty right. And I'm sorry for quoting Gary Vaynerchuk on such a philosophical video, but he says that negativity is simply louder. There is more positivity in the world, but it's just that negativity is so loud that we forget to hear the positives around us. And that is so true, I guess, that yeah, there are a lot of bad people in the world, but that should not make us forget that there are an equal, if not more, number of people who are doing the right thing.
Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass.
The cinematography and the shots and the transitions are really, really good. Like I have recently gotten into camera techniques and how to record videos and things like that. So I understand how difficult all of this might have been. And I think Illneas is doing all of this handheld, because if he's doing all of this handheld, man, hats off to that guy.
But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness.
This guy just literally solved so many kids' problems who are right now in their teenage, because we have a habit, at least like the new generation has a habit of creating problems at night. And this is so true, and this just makes you feel connected to that time when this poem was written, and it makes you feel as if those people had the same problems as we do right now, that they too came up with problems when they were lonely, when they were fatigued, when they were tired, and they thought about things too much, and that overthinking led them to come up with fears that did not exist in the first place.
beyond a wholesome discipline. Be gentle with yourself.
Very important.
You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should.
Yep.
Therefore, be at peace with God,
Simple
whatever
philosophy.
you conceive him to be.
I always liked the simplicity of the philosophy that is being propounded in this poem. It's just that, go with the flow, enjoy life as much as you can. There is struggle, there is harshness, but if there was no struggle, then your happiness, the little moments in which you find happiness, would actually really amount to nothing. And that is wonderful.
With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world.
Undoubtedly. That's true.
Be cheerful. Strive to be happy.
My God. So this was Desiderata by Max Ehrmann, and this was filmed by Illneas and composed by Illneas, I guess. And I just, I don't have proper words. The first time I read this poem, it affected me, but it did not affect me this much. I think the visuals just added a lot to it, and specifically because of the background score as well. I really think that everything that we do in our life is accompanied by a sense of urgency. And that sense of urgency makes us forget that there is a lot of good in this world as well. And we get so caught up in getting things done that we forget to enjoy little things, things which matter. I think the negativity in our life is simply loud, it's simply more beckoning, it simply calls you towards it more than the happiness. Happiness does not dance around when it's around you, and negativity sort of just sticks it right in your face. But happiness is really gentle, the happy moments are really gentle. You don't even know that you were happy uh, by the time, that the happiness actually passes by, and that's when you realize that you were actually happy back there for a moment. And that's, I guess, that's the sadness slash the beauty of happiness, if you can call it the sadness of happiness. But this was released like 4 days ago, and this only has like 11,000 views. And Elias does not even have 100,000 subscribers. This guy definitely deserves more. So if you're watching this, do go ahead and subscribe to this guy's channel. He makes amazing videos. These videos are so beautiful, they are aesthetically pleasing, but at the same time, the poems and the philosophies are just marvelous. So that is it for this one, guys. Take care.